This afternoon, we have a wonderful recital by Paul Huang, violin, with Orion Weiss, piano. The first work on this concert is a Mozart sonata in F major. Mozart wrote 28 sonatas for violin and piano. He played both instruments magnificently and was very comfortable with the combination. The earlier sonatas can be quite simplistic. Many of them were written when he was 7 or 8 or 9 years old. And by the time he came to this is pretty much in the middle of his output for violin and piano. And this is a major work of a mature Mozart. There is a majestic first movement with a theme starting with 3 big chords in the piano and violin, sonata form, very lengthy, a beautiful slow movement, and a lively and wonderful, happy last movement. This is a composer who is known for his style, which is called minimalism. And minimalism is exactly what the word denotes. It's writing music which is reduced to its most elemental and simplest parts. In this case, we have a piano part which consists of broken chords, very similar in some ways to the first Bach piano prelude in C major. Okay. And these broken chords are basically like a carpet under which the violin plays a very simple melody consisting really of single notes going higher and lower in a scale. The result of this, the way he has written the piece, becomes a kind of hypnotic, mesmerizing, elemental sound, which gives one the idea that it's never ending. Hence the title, which in English would be Mirror Within Mirror, and the sense of an endless set of images. In this case, it's an endless sound weaving of the piano and the violin, quite relaxing, hypnotic, and I would say almost like meditation. The last and most monumental piece on this program is Prokofiev's first violin sonata. Actually, this is not the first, but the second violin sonata, but in the order in which he was writing them, he finished this after finishing the first sonata, so it's called the first sonata. It is a massive work, which is full of a kind of dark, emphatic, dramatic, emotional music, which really sweeps over one like a tidal wave. The first movement is a real test of endurance, as is the whole sonata for both instruments. It requires a kind of immersion into an incessant and insisting, dramatic, dark thrust from Prokofiev. He lived in a time in Russia which was overwhelming to anyone who was there. And he had an ability to bring forth the emotions, the deep underlying emotions of living in a suppressed and dictatorial regime. And the power of this music is enveloping. One can't be in a concert listening to this without being completely engaged in the dialogue between the two instruments and in the experience which Prokofiev is pouring out to us. The sonata is quite a huge endeavor lasting over half an hour and requires the incredible virtuosity that Paul and Orion will bring to it. And it will leave an audience feeling emotionally fulfilled and exhausted at exactly the same time.